Hey guys, welcome to the Authentic Mission channel, and we are back. And today I want to talk to you about a new segment that's going to be on this channel, which I've talked about this before, but I had never put it in like a channel, like a show perspective. But listen, I'm going to start talking about my passion for film, why it's an art, and I am far from the only guy to talk about film on YouTube. That's not what I'm saying. I'm not pretending to be the newest channel that's gonna knock everybody out of the water when it comes to the film segment. But I want to talk about my perspective on it, and it's gonna be in different ways, different aspects of film. I'm going to experiment with this for a bit. But listen, film can really, look, I'm a, what do you call it, auditory learner as well as a visual learner. I have trouble um, reading, writing. Ironic, I'm a writer, but that's why I got a great teammate that helps me edit my rambling. Um, I'm learning, I'm getting better. For me, personally, film is not all about these big blockbusters that's going on now. Not to say that they're any less of an art. Recently, um, recently Francis Ford Coppola and Martin Scorsese spoke out about the Marvel films, and they're not art. Guys, I get what you're saying. That's partially wrong, because yes, they are an art. They're a new genre of film, like it or not, guys, that can be more expressed with today's technology. Now, where I do agree with you personally, if you guys ever stumble upon this video, which I totally doubt, but anyway, what I will say, guys, for both Martin Scorsese and Francis Ford Coppola and just the audience in general, is the fact that where I agree with them is the fact that they seem to go through the same old formula. It gets repetitive. They're coming out with them so fast now, and you got Warner Brothers coming out with these, in my opinion, less superior films. Sorry, Warner Brothers, but it's true. I cannot personally at this time say why, but I will do a video on why down the road for this segment. But Hollywood does this all the time. One genre of film works, all of a sudden that's the newest thing they want to do, and it's the same old thing again and again and again and again. There's been a saying in writing and in art, which is the fact that there's no new stories. In a sense, it's true. In a big sense, it's true. But in another sense, that just shows our connection to each other, our connection to humanity, because everybody can relate to somebody's story, and that's why sometimes you got these people that come out and speak out about, this ripped off my film or my life story or blah 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 blah. And there's a very famous story with that, which is James Cameron, who's unfortunately become a popcorn director, in my opinion. and he sold himself out. But I think all the great filmmakers that I love have sold themselves out. Whether it's George Lucas, we all have a tendency to get stale in art. It's going to happen. You'll have somebody that connects with George Lucas's awesome Star Wars series. Okay, maybe not the best example because that's still going on nowadays. But, like, Francis Ford Coppola, for me, is not the same as when he first came around. Nothing can beat Apocalypse Now. Nothing. Every artist has their burning out period. I think that's what happened to these guys. Does that make their passion any less? No. It's just as an artist, eventually you burn yourself out. So, for me, there's just so much connection with film. Like, look, there was a movie I saw a preview for the other day, which was about these two black men who broke with the establishment. I love those type of movies. And they opened the first bank for African American customers. They were the first African American men to do so. Blah blah blah. I personally wouldn't have read that story. I don't read a lot of books. I wish I could. I just can't. But film opened that story up to me. And we can all learn from each other's stories. And sometimes somebody can't read the best, or can't visualize what they're being, what they're reading about, in some sense. So film opens that up for people. I'm just telling you, we have to connect with our passions, and we have to use them in some way, shape, or form to speak out about what we love. That's been going on for years. There's a Netflix documentary about it, about jazz singers that would sing about weed, but you would only know that if you were part of that culture. They were hiding it. Okay, it's great. We can use art for so much. It's just, and like, I don't know if it's from the slowing down on the depression side and letting my care home beat me up emotionally, spiritually. But I've slowed down on crap, and film, just, I can't express how much ideas are coming to us, how much ideas are connecting to with film, and we need to look at, okay, everybody wants to say, oh, well, drugs are the problem for kids doing this and that nowadays, and peer pressure. No. It's because they got to find their passion in life, whatever it be, whether it be film, art, whatever it is, wrestling, sports, whatever, and they have to connect with it. Okay, it's not peer pressure. It's not any of that. Well, that's part of it, definitely, but it just, we need to look at the fact that technology is changing. People with disabilities cannot get everyday jobs. We cannot get people to look past the wheelchair sometimes. So let's start helping people with disabilities open their minds and express themselves in some way, shape, or form with art, and I think film could do this. Peace out.